Hello and welcome back to the channel. So this video idea has been playing around in my head for quite a while because of my general curiosity and because of the many scandals that have gone on recently, and also because I've studied how social media shapes our perception of the world and our behavior to a considerable extent in my studies. But I am by no means an expert on this. This is just a collection of my opinions, observations, and articles that I've come across, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I won't discuss specific scandals or specific idols, but rather I want to talk about the issue of why people love to hate celebrities in general. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and without further ado, let's jump into the video. So, first and foremost, celebrities, whether they intended to or not, are public figures with significant social power. As such, there come times when they receive hate for things they've said and done as a form of accountability. Now that's nothing new, and people should be held accountable for things they've done that have harmed others. But when I first got into K-pop, I was so shocked at how idols got hated on for the most dumbest reasons. Let me give you some examples. Idols get hated on for what they wear, if their legs are too thick, if their tummy isn't flat, if they have acne, if they have a resting face, for being the company's so-called favorite, for interacting with other idols, or even looking at another idol, or even breathing the same air as another idol, or for even dating someone. Some hate is warranted when something is done out of ignorance or with malicious intent, or if they outright disobey the law. The K-pop industry isn't perfect, and like with any entertainment industry, there are some under-the-table deals that go on. But most of the time, the hate that is spread towards idols is so toxic and unnecessary, and is over the most minute and superficial things. But why is this the case? The thing that's quite unique to K-pop is that entertainment companies take parasocial relationships to a whole other level. A parasocial relationship refers to a psychological, one-sided relationship or attachment experienced by a media user of a media persona. Wall and Horton, the two social scientists who first coined the term, also referred to it as an illusion of a face-to-face relationship that's able to create intimacy at a distance. There have been studies that suggest that these kinds of relationships can be beneficial, especially for young people who are figuring out their identities and for those with low self-esteem, as these figures can help them see themselves more positively. Moreover, people can see these figures as a safe place, kind of like a comfort character from your favorite TV show, book, or movie. However, with the advent of social media and with companies constantly seeking profits, it can get out of hand. K-pop companies want to sell a fantasy. This is aided by holding frequent fan signs, communication platforms specifically made for idol fan interactions, and facilitating the growth of fandom culture. When taken to an extreme, it leads to celebrity worship. It also doesn't help that celebrities are meant to represent everything everyone wants to be, nor does it help that the South Korean public expects celebrities to all be morally upright individuals or else face the consequence of falling out of public favor. From the day they begin as a trainee, idols are driven by their companies to perfection, whether it be in singing, rapping, dancing, and also to an equal or argued by some to a greater extent, are visuals and personality. Idols are a commodity that is sold with the image of the perfect boyfriend or the perfect girlfriend. Fans become overly invested in the celebrity's personal life and in the character they've created for them in their imagination. But when there is discord between the two, this can cause fans to feel betrayed. Here's a quote from an article I read which summarizes my thoughts quite cohesively. So we buy into the hype. Yes, they are special. We respect them for their accomplishments. But then when they start to reveal their personal side beyond the persona, we may not like what we see, and that's when we start to dislike them. Further expanding on this, because celebrities are held up on a pedestal and are rendered to being a character based on the image they or their company portrays, this causes people to not see them as regular people with the same thoughts and feelings as everyone else. Another article reads, first of all, celebrities are not real people. I mean, They are, of course, but not in the way most of us know them. Rather, they are like abstract humans, acting out the role of living life without letting us ordinary folk in on what is really going on. Hating on celebrities is the purest form of guilt-free gossip. Therefore, by not seeing them as people, but rather as a character or simply an object, this removes their humanity and we feel less remorse for spreading hate towards them. No matter how far removed we are from Salem in the late 1600s, we still love a witch hunt. Or, in the more modern context, bandwagon hate. Bandwagon hate refers to the psychological phenomenon in which people do something primarily because other people are doing it, regardless of their own beliefs, which they may ignore or override. This tendency of people to align their beliefs and behaviors with those of a group is also called herd mentality. So, there are two types of bandwagon hate that I've observed. That directed towards a celebrity and that directed at others in order to protect the celebrity. We'll explore the latter first, as it also stems from parasocial relationships. This kind of celebrity worship can cause some fans to become overprotective and sensitive to how others interact with the celebrity and what people say about them. Fandom culture breeds a whole legion of people to spread hate, and with that, it can lead to the spreading of misinformation. When you are in a community, there is the belief that everyone is like-minded. If a member of the community voices their hatred for someone or something, you are more likely to agree with them without doing your own research because you are under the impression that you two have aligned values and perspectives on things. There is also the fear of voicing an unpopular opinion and being ostracized by the said community. And now we'll discuss the other type of hate, when it is directed towards celebrities. As the saying goes, no bond is stronger than two people who hate the same person. We feel good when other people hate the same things we do. In fact, unfortunately, mutual hatred can strengthen social bonds. When you read articles about an idol's controversy or scandal, you can't help but read more and more about it and look at what other people are saying in the comment section. When we see videos on KTube that list the laziest dancers or worst vocalists or most hated groups of all time, these videos almost incentivize the hate and makes it seem acceptable. The way celebrities portray themselves as leading a lavish lifestyle brews jealousy amongst ordinary people who believe these public figures have always had it easy and grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. This belief can become so strong to the point that people channel all of their negative energy onto the celebrity as a scapegoat for their adversities and insecurities. As I said in the beginning of this portion of the video, we all love a witch hunt. Everyone wants to play the role of judge and executioner, and to pit the heavy weight and blame on one individual without knowing the entire story, which becomes very dangerous in scandals and controversies. Taking sides in a controversy doesn't do any good, it only facilitates more harm. If you are not directly involved in it, and you don't know the whole story about it, then it's best to stay neutral. By picking sides, it only stokes the flames of a tiny ember. But unfortunately, the way the entertainment industry creates these public figures means that you'll have a branch of loyal fans who'll fiercely defend their faves, and a branch of haters, both of whom are armed with a keyboard and internet connection at the ready. Both sides can be equally as toxic as each other, and when they clash, it's radioactive chaos. Even though we may think that we're doing it with good intentions in a quest to achieve justice, bandwagon hate ultimately leads to cancel culture, which is downright toxic. Cancel culture gives people a sense of power and superiority over figures who once held power and superiority over others. It's almost like a revenge of sorts. I mean, yes, a person does deserve criticism and punishment for their wrongdoings, but cancelling them en masse can be extremely traumatic for them, and in the end, it doesn't actually help them or the situation at all. We are human beings. You can't cancel people like they're a meeting in a calendar. The problem is people don't see the person, but as a problem. This isn't to justify a person's harmful actions, but it's just to drill home the point that you can't fight fire with fire, and you can't fight hate with hate. So what can we do? Well, the first step to do if you're getting caught up in Twitter fights regularly and constantly feeling irritated is to unplug. Refrain from being on platforms like Twitter and Instagram and reevaluate yourself so you can create a healthier relationship with social media and K-pop. Hate is an emotion that uses up a lot of your energy, and the toxicity it brings really has no benefit for your well-being and mental health. Staying neutral on issues is important too. If you don't have a stake in the matter, then stay out of it. Clickbait K-pop YouTube videos and articles have a purpose to evoke strong emotions because that's how they get more clicks and therefore get picked up by the algorithm to arrive on the doorstep of even more viewers. Be aware of this. Take a while to do proper research and think things over before going on a ranting rampage. But that's kind of ironic for me to say because I'm also on a rant of sorts here. It's just that I've become really sick of seeing K-pop fandoms become so polarizing and toxic. That's not the reason why I got into K-pop, and I'm sure it's not the same for you as well. K-pop is fun and it brings joy to people, and I think it's only right that we try to outshine the toxicity with positivity. Anywho's, thank you for making it through to the end of this video. Again, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the issue. I'd love to read them. And also, what do you guys think of my voiceover? A couple of people have asked me to use my own voice instead of Daniel, and I'm going to try it out, but I'd love to hear your feedback as well if I should keep using my voice. Okay, that's all for now. Until next time, stay groovy, stay safe, keep smiling, love you all, and bye-bye.
Make this move on.